morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is February the 17th, and today the topic is God's timing. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys had a fabulous Friday. Mine was just fine. Yeah, mine was good overall. It ended up being a day of rest slash enlightenment slash great time. So if I go in the order of events, I think I told you guys yesterday that my scheduled interview got rescheduled that I was supposed to do for the GSL talk show. So I ended up spending the day chilling. Now I did ask the NJ, I was like, "Hey kid, do you want to go run some errands, X, Y, and Z?" But he was like, "Oh, we can watch Little Bear." Or he always say that. But anyway, obviously he just wanted to watch TV or whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, let's chill today because I knew we was going out last night. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chill, whatever, whatever. So around lunchtime or whatever, I'm thinking, oh, let me just grab some lunch and then you know, keep chilling. Grab my lunch. I got maybe a quarter of the way through, and I ended up getting a message from the prophetess that I mentioned to you guys several times on here. And so she messages me and things, and I'm like, I don't necessarily feel up to talking right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like hashing out stuff because I feel like whenever we talk, it ends up being like, a whole bunch of stuff, like a teaching slash studies slash, you know what I mean? It becomes this big deep thing. Then we're talking about a bunch of stuff, and then I'm hashing out life. You know what I mean? I just didn't really feel up to it or whatever. Anyway, so I just said that in in a message, and then basically she calls me, and I'm like, I was debating. I ain't gonna lie, I was debating about answering because I wasn't in the mood. You know what I'm saying? I really was not in the mood to talk. Really, you know what I mean? I was just in the mood to eat my food, veg out, whatever, whatever. But I feel like to go ahead and answer, so I did. And I know she's talking, she's speaking. She's like, I've been praying for you, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, ain't everything like that. Um, and at some point, as she's talking and stuff, I started to take notes of some of the things she was saying because, again, things are happening for a reason, X, Y, and Z. And so at some point, I'm asking myself, I wrote down in my notes, I'm like, why am I frustrated right now? Because I'm like, it's not that she's also bad or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I was like, where's this frustration coming from? So anyway, as I was wondering that, one of my cousins called, and so when she called, I let the lady know because I was like, well, let me just answer X, Y, and Z, and I was like, maybe I need to introduce y'all and everything. So my cousin gets on the phone or whatever, and I introduced them and stuff. And this thing I know, she's speaking into both our life. You know what I mean? And then we're doing this little challenge and all this different stuff, right? And obviously, it was something that my cousin needed at that particular moment. And so, as I was witnessing what was happening again with my cousin and everything, I was just thankful that I was obedient. Like, sure, I would have probably been able to, assist my cousin and whatnot and speak into her life or whatever. But for her to get that word or whatever that she received, and obviously there was something there, right? And so, I was like, okay, well, Lord, I see, perhaps why I went through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? I see why I went on ahead and answered the phone, just different stuff like that. So it was all happening in a good timing. It kind of goes with this conversation. But anyway, so basically, after that, me and my cousin had a long conversation. I was getting ready to go to the cousins bowling event and things like that. And then yeah, soon after that, we ended up pretty much heading out and going to the cousins bowling, which was awesome. There was only a few of us, but still, it was a great time with those that came, and it was just a good time, just a good time, good family time. There was only a couple of kids there. Well, my niece is a kid as well, but she's older than the other two that was there. But everybody, it just seemed like everybody had fun, and that was great. By the time we got back home, we all knocked out, and then that was pretty much my Friday. I also want to just say thank you to anybody that tuned in last night to the episode of the GSL Talk Show. If you missed it, you guys can just go to GodSexAndLove.com, and it's our featured video up until next Friday. So yeah, man, go see what Mr. Corey Rizinki had to come back and say to us on the GSL Talk Show. But yeah, man, that's what Friday looked like for me. And I feel like, in a way, that's kind of coinciding with today's conversation about God's timing and everything like that. But to tell you how I got to this particular topic today, well, one, I woke up around 3:11, and again, I made a note of that. X, Y, and Z. You guys know how I do. I make a note of it. I'll go and, Google Bible and 3:11, X, Y, and Z. I also ended up looking at Strong's Concordance as well, but it kind of was like conflicting messages when I looked at the Strong's. So I'm like, I'm gonna go back with what the verses were saying. And one of the verses I saw when I looked up 3:11 stood out to me, and it was Ecclesiastes 3:11. And this is what it says. It says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, he has put eternity into man's heart, yet so that he cannot find out what God has done from the beginning to the end." So, that's interesting. Yeah, what I'm getting in this present moment is that not to be like science is and what people are trying to figure out about the beginning and everything like that is an empty pursuit. But I'm kind of wondering now that I read this again this morning, like, if he put it in our, the eternity in our heart, and so we can't figure out, what God has done from the beginning to the end, it might be, it might be something that is like, not saying not worth the pursuit or challenge to try to figure out, but we may never really fully again figure out again what God has done. But even aside from that, I mean, I think what stood out to me the most to get me on this topic today was the part obviously talking about that he has made everything beautiful in its time. I feel like my life is an example of that. I feel like I've said that to you all over the past few weeks and things like that, to where again I can look back on my life and say, man, I am thankful for the different things I've been through. I'm thankful for everything that shaped me to be who I am today. And I'm grateful for it, even though, yeah, there were ups and downs. Yeah, there were things that didn't always feel good or feel right or feel fair or whatever. But I wouldn't change it because, I wouldn't be me, and then on top of that, I probably wouldn't have things I have or be doing what I'm doing, all the different things. And so, and not to say whatever else I would be doing is bad or something, but I'm just saying that I feel like I'm walking in purpose and doing what I'm supposed to do. And I guess that's another thing, it's interesting. Again, the lady was speaking into my life about people that I'm going to encourage and inspire. And it's so interesting to me because there's like I guess a little group of people right now that I actively, try to sow into, whether it's spiritually or, be a listening ear, whatever the case may be. And some of them, I would just say, I don't know if I'm like, if it's all in vain. I put it like that. Like sometimes it feels like it might be in vain because it's like either the person don't want to do what I'm saying or take the advice or whatever, whatever. And at the end of the day, I know that I can't force anybody to do something the way that I would do it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody got their own life. They got their own choices. It's their decision, you know. And they're on their own journey and path. And so again, there was people that might have been speaking into me back during the cultivation period, and they might have been, again, they was telling me, hey, stop looking for love, it's going to come, and all the different things that the sound wisdom and whatnot that they gave me, that I still, was just still looking, and I still was trying to do things my own way. So I can't look down on anybody else that's on their journey, and they're doing the same thing. Again, someone spoke to me years ago about creating my own work and writing and all the different things, and that's literally what I do today. But it did take me a while to get to the place where I was comfortable with, what, I'm gonna go ahead and go forth with doing those things, because I was thinking that I had to do other things or do things a different way or whatever, or do things in a way that I quote unquote thought or the way I quote unquote wanted, things like that. So with that being said, but then the interesting thing that I received this morning as I was studying about, first I was more so studying about timing in general, but then of course, I had to just focus on God's timing because again, I know we like to think, man, it's taking him too long, or we just don't have patience or whatever. And it's like, well, if we start to understand that, okay, God is perfect, and I know that's something I heard multiple times this morning. God is perfect. And I know we don't like to think that. We might think that we know better, or whatever. But if you truly get the understanding that, okay, God is in control, his timing is perfect, he is perfect, his plan is perfect, and at the end of the day, I am walking in his perfect plan. Even when I'm not walking in this perfect plan, he knows already. He knows me, he knows his child, right? And so same for each and every one of us. So believe it or not, you're right where you're supposed to be. Each and every one of us is right where we're supposed to be. Now, are we always doing, what he desires? Is what we're doing, delaying the promise, or is it, getting us towards the promise? Those are different things that we gotta decide and use our free will to choose and whatnot each and every day. But regardless, right, of the choices that we make, we're still in God's perfect plan. Um, even when we're out of order. Um, so then with that being said, it's like, okay, now again, just like we were talking about Esther, like I think it was last week, um, just like, Malachi, her uncle, was telling her that, hey, even if you don't, step up and do, something on our behalf, or whatever case may be, the Jews will still be saved by another way, but you gonna fall. And so that's the thing, like, when we are out of order, when we're not, in God's perfect will and things like that, it's not going to stop the plan of the Lord at the end of the day. He's planned for each and every one of our failures. He knows already. Um, Now, hey, if you got another day, another chance, you're still living and breathing, then hey, um, you can get on the good foot, as they say. You can get, in quote unquote formation. You can get in alignment with the Lord. Um, However, if you continue to choose not to, then you're delaying your own promise, honestly. And you don't know what kind of impact that will have on you and your life and those that are in your circle of influence. So um, those are just things to think about. Let me give you guys another verse. So, Habakkuk 2 and 3, it says, "For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay." I mean, listen, a lot of us have received, a word or a promise or something from the Lord, and we're like, I know, again, even thinking about my cousin, she received a word that she might not have wanted to receive yesterday. But yeah, we might think it's crazy. Again, even there's plenty of biblical figures that, told the Lord, like, not me, or no, this don't seem like it's going, I don't understand, how this is gonna work. And some even laughed and things of that nature. At, again, God's plan and what he wanted them to do and things of that nature. But all we got to do is wait, right? Exercise some patience, and you will start to see the fruit of the words of God, if though that's his will, again, for you in your life. And so um, I hope that you're encouraged and inspired to go deeper about this, because there's plenty of verses in the Go Deeper section to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. There's also a couple of articles over there at gotquestions.org that I thought would be great to, consider and peruse as well. I'm trying to get to my there it is, gotquestions.org. Those articles are how can I know what God's timing is? And then the other one is, why is waiting on God so difficult? Yeah, if those things are resonating with you today and you feel like, man, I need to know those answers, then go and check out those articles at gotquestions.org. If you need some encouragement and inspiration in regards to waiting on God's timing, or knowing what it is, or any of those things, go deeper about the verses and things like that. Another thing that I did, do briefly, was look at Marvin Sapp's song. Y'all can go listen to it, or read the lyrics. It's the one that say, "Not the time, not the place." You guys can go in and check that out and see if that will be encouraging and inspiring to you as well. But yeah, that's the juice, man. We need to trust God, trust His timing. He's in control. And one of the things that stood out to me this morning, I think I'll leave you guys with when it comes to this conversation, is the best way to trust God is to get to know Him. You can't trust, a God you don't know. So obviously, the word is the best way to get to know the Lord. Get to know again what His will and His way is and what He wants from you, and seek Him and things like that about those details. But yeah, man, that's ultimately the juice. And that's to go deeper about God's timing. Now, the Bible verse of today is John 3:16. It says, "For this is how God loved the world. He gave His one and only Son, so that everyone who believes in Him will not perish but have eternal life." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day. And I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye bye. There you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to anyone that does any of those wonderful things. Yeah, man, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I don't have too much planned. I just know I work tomorrow, so I'm probably going to chill today. Um, but yeah, man, that's about it. I want to give a shout out because we got another supporter on our you know in our support feature. We ended up getting another supporter yesterday. So to God be the glory for Miss Janelle. She was an old coworker of mine and whatnot. And so, man, thank you for, the support. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly, greatly appreciate any support in any aspect, but the financial support is definitely a blessing as well. And y'all, it don't just go for me, you know what I'm saying? In my household, it makes a international impact with the, individuals that I work with and things of that nature. So thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of the GSL team. Thank you to anybody that decides to support in any aspect. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, I mean, there's still, again, much more work to do. In some ways, it's very interesting because I think I told y'all yesterday, one of my coworkers asked me on Thursday, like, hey, what do you see yourself in 5 years and stuff? I'm like, honestly, I done did a lot of the stuff that I, you know, wanted to do. Like, sure, again, I think I told y'all this yesterday, so sorry. But yeah, I got more movies I want to make. I need to record this music that's been in my head for years. I need to get that out. And of course, I got more books and ideas and things of that nature. But that, I mean, honestly, again, like I'm on this journey of continuing what the Lord has already done when it comes to GSL. We're gonna see where it goes and stuff, but where it already is cool. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for it. So I just want to stay consistent. You know what I mean? Keep these shows going, at least the Juice and the GSL Talk Show. I mean, yeah, there are other show concepts that I have, but you know, um, we're gonna see how all of that goes and stuff. But so it's that, and then it's also just again, seeing where the Lord's going to take things when it comes to ministry. And, now that He's, placed me into Mountain West as a part of the leadership team and with the kids in particular and things of that nature, I mean, I'm thankful for it. And I'm, like I said, just looking forward to see, where that's going to go and things of that nature as well. So that's all I really have, honestly, to not say look forward to. I mean, obviously, again, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. You know what I'm saying? There's always something. Again, making sure I'm being a good steward over those things as well. But yeah, man, I guess that's my life in a nutshell. But we're gonna see again what the Lord do. I mean, who knows? There might be some um shifts or some changes or whatever in regards to any of those things um and stuff. So we always got to be mindful of those things. But um yeah, I mean, I'm just thankful, man. I'm thankful for where I am, and honestly, I guess I don't want to steer away from where God has me, unless it's in the route of growth. You know what I'm saying? Um, so we gonna see how all this plays out and stuff. I mean, again, as long as I'm doing daily inspiration, then y'all are getting like a play by play almost every day of what's going on in my life and stuff. And so, which is interesting, is documentation, So of what again God is doing, because I can sit here and say all day that, oh, I did this, I did that, because yeah, I made certain choices, or I might have made certain moves or something, that at the end of the day God is providing, God is keeping me in this place of being able to do this, and all this different type of stuff. I can't take too much credit, you know what I'm saying? Like, sure, I made whatever earthly moves or whatever, but he's making so many moves behind the scenes, um to again keep me in this place to be able to wake up every morning and do this, and keep the talk show going, and all that stuff. So to keep paying the people that I'm working with, all of that, so yeah. Obviously, you guys can probably see I'm over here picking on my nails. So is it time for another unwind experience? I know I need to invest in some more colors and whatnot, and designs for my nail polish strips. So that's something I need to do, make an investment. But like I said, last night we went out, so I wanted to just invest in my family. You know what I'm saying? Invest in our time, and to have fun and not worry about, oh, how much this is. We got it. Oh, let's put this in. It was just nice to be able to, like, okay, boom, we got this to the side. Like, honestly, what's happening in our household right now, and it's, I don't know if this is TMI, but maybe it'll help somebody, especially if you're going through some stuff financially, and if you do have a spouse, and I don't know if it's something that you guys can do. But basically, what we've decided to do is that my husband kind of focuses on our needs, and it's like I kind of focus on our wants. You know what I'm saying? So, um, alongside of my business endeavors and stuff like that. And so yeah, like, you know, not to be like I'm sugar mom or something, because maybe he's sugar daddy in that case, But so last night, I had the funds to decide, like, okay, this is what we gonna play with, you know what I'm saying? And we play, you know what I'm saying? We got the bowling done, we ate, we had a good time, and it wasn't no big deal. And I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful to be in a place to be able to do things like that. I was telling my sister that the other day as well. I'm like, I'm grateful to be in a place where it's like, okay, and you know, as long as it's between certain days and stuff, I'm available. You know what I'm saying? I can always shift the stuff that I'm doing from home, like, when it comes to the GSL talk show and stuff like that. Like, if the guest wants to come, they can come whenever they want to come. If As long as Monday, Tuesday, Friday are my most open days right now. But at some point Wednesday was still open day as well. But now, because Tuesdays and Sundays are occupied. I mean, excuse me, Thursdays and Sundays are the ones that are most occupied for me right now. And then Wednesdays got added on. Now I heard Mondays is going to be, um, we're going to be doing some stuff on Mondays at the church soon, in a couple of months. But so I mean, we're gonna see, you know what I'm saying? We're about to see what the Lord's gonna do with everything. But so far so good, man. I can't complain. And I'm, like I said, I'm grateful to be in a place where, again, like she was talking about my niece's birthday and stuff, and something that she wanted to do. So as long as it's on a day that I'm available, then I can go do it. You know what I'm saying? Saturdays are usually available for me. Unless I got something going on with my business or whatever. And so that's what I mean. Like, stuff like that wasn't really the case a few years ago. Like, my weekends would always be gone because of the businesses that I was working for. They usually like weekend based businesses and stuff. So like Friday, Saturdays, Sundays, even sometimes were occupied by those, or me doing shifts and whatnot, or sometimes I would be on call throughout the week and stuff. And sometimes I still would have availability, but then you know I might have to go and fill in or gig or whatever. That's the type of stuff I was doing before. And so it's good to be in a place now where it's like, okay, I have steady funds, I have a lot of availability, as well, to still do other things. And um so I'm looking forward to the time that I have with my family. I'm looking forward to again, even doing more stuff with NJ and stuff. So yeah, yeah, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm trying to stay as much of this place as possible, And it's interesting because, again, I'm I talk to other entrepreneurs and stuff, and I know it can get difficult because you're like, man, you just want to have the funds. And again, like I said, I'm part time at the church, so that has definitely been a blessing. But even before I went part time, y'all know the journey here. Those that watch me here on the Juice since 2020, y'all know that I wasn't really working nowhere up until last year. You know what I'm saying? I just got the job at the church last year. That was 2022. 2023. You know what I'm saying? So between 2020 and 2023, the Lord was providing with me hustling from home, just doing my different, just having different seeds planted, like, being able to do stuff online, or people would hit me up for, a task or two here or there. Like, of course, the stimulus and all that stuff helped when they was doing that stuff. Of course, all, that was as well, because that helped me to invest in, like the books and doing all this stuff that I'm doing digitally and everything. So I'm just saying God is good, and there's a lot of ways to get to, the expected end. And I think sometimes we just get so bogged up on like what we think it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like I just told y'all, I went through that as well. So I get it, but I'm trying to encourage and inspire people. Don't get so don't limit God by putting him in a box to say, Lord, it gotta be this way. You know what I'm saying? I just learned it don't even pay to do that. Just go with what he wanna do. At the end of the day, again, like I told y'all a few weeks ago, I had no clue that I was about to get another client through to, the guy that wanted me to make videos for him and stuff like that. I had no clue that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I had no clue what else came out of the blue. I would say even the Griffin Opera House situation kind of came out of the blue. All those different things where God is working behind the scenes for you, and you just don't even realize, and you looking for it to happen a certain way, and so you're missing it. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to get out of that, and I've been trying to encourage people to to do that, because again, I've been there, but again, everybody's on their own journey, so it's hard, man. It's hard trying to like encourage, inspire some people. But I've noticed like there's people that I've only poured a little into, and they go forth and thrive. And I'm not trying to say it's me. I'm just trying to say it's good to see that. You know what I mean? It's good to see like, okay, what I'm saying is not in vain, because you know what I mean. I've lived it. I'm sharing it for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, and but who knows? Maybe I have to look. I'm thinking about, do I need to package it up? Maybe more people will take it more seriously when it's packaged up. But until then, we're gonna see what the Lord do, man. Again, y'all know there's always ideas and things. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I done sat here and talked the whole look. Hopefully you done got more encouragement and inspiration in this after show. Y'all have a great weekend, and I look forward to talking to y'all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye.